Okay, today we're going to move on to Edwin Morgan, and we're going to look at the first of the Morgan poems, which is going to be Glasgow, 5th of March, 1971. Okay, so Morgan's poetry basically focuses on Glasgow. I think most, if not all, of the poems that you're going to look at is going to be about Glasgow in some way. And his poems basically focus on different elements of Glasgow, especially things like poverty, things like crime, things like people suffering, things like that. Yeah. So he looks at sort of maybe you could say the darker side of Glasgow, or the you call it quote unquote the I don't want to say real side of Glasgow, but the real side of Glasgow. You know what I'm saying? Like so. Anyway, we begin okay with this poem here, Glasgow, 5th of March. Um. Okay, so here we go. All right, so he begins by saying, with a ragged diamond of shattered plate glass, a young man and his girl are falling backwards into a shop window. Okay, so obviously, in terms of setting, the poem takes place in Glasgow, obviously, in 1971. And what has happened is, we open the poem, okay, with a couple who have been injured, okay, by falling into a shop window, a glass window. And what we're going to find out, okay, is that they've not fallen into it by accident, but they've been pushed into a glass window of a shop. Okay, so your first note is going to be a couple, okay, a couple are pushed into a shop window. Okay, the glass breaks. The glass breaks and injures them. The glass breaks and injures them. Okay, now the poem then goes on to talk about how they are actually injured. All right. So the young man's face is bristling with fragments of glass. Now, bristling comes from the same word which he's having like a beard. You see my beard, yeah? So it's like he has a beard of glass, yeah. Basically, that's what it's saying. His face is majorly cut up with the little shards of glass. They're in his face, okay? So he's injured very badly. The girl's leg has caught on the window and spurts arterial blood. So her leg got caught on the broken glass on the window. Arterial blood is the blood which comes from your arteries, obviously, but it's the type of blood which if you start to lose this one, you're at risk of dying. Yeah. It's like if you get cut in your artery, you're at risk of dying. Um, basically, it's telling you a lot of blood is coming out. That's what it's saying, and that's the idea. Okay, over her wet look, white coat. So she has a fancy white coat. Okay, it's like a fur type of coat, like this, huh? It's a very fancy type of coat. And now it's all covered in blood. Yeah, that's the idea. Okay, so they've been injured very badly. Basically, they pushed through a shop window and they've been injured very badly. Okay. Their arms are starfished out. Obviously, they just spread out like that. Braced for impact. Okay. So this is when they got pushed. Obviously, their arms are spread out, uh, so they don't hit themselves on the floor. Their faces show surprise, shock, and the beginning of pain. So this happened to them without them knowing it was going to happen. So they're surprised. Okay, it just caught them off guard. It just happened to them randomly. They're shocked, obviously, and they're in pain both physically because they've got glass all inside them, and then also pain emotionally because something very terrible happened to them. They don't know why it happened to them. So it's emotional pain. Um, yes, pain psychologically. They're terrified. Okay, they just got injured. They got pushed through a shop window and they don't know, they weren't expecting it. So pain on different levels, okay? All right, the two youths who have pushed them are about to complete the operation. So they got pushed into the shop window. They got broken into the shop window by two young people, youths, are about to complete the operation, reaching into the window to loot what they can smartly. So basically, they got pushed into the window by two people who are trying to rob the shop. Okay, they're trying to rob the shop, so they pushed these people in to break the window. They jumped over them, and then they went in the shop and they started taking out stuff from the store. Okay, that's the idea of what happened. So to loot, like you guys play all them little games, you loot things, yeah, you loot the gun and all that. The different kind of guns, same thing, yeah. It just means you take stuff that you find. It's like that. They're doing that to a store. All right, smartly just means quickly, quickly, because they're trying not to get caught yet. That's the idea. Their faces show no expression. So the robbers, uh, who have hurt the couple and also now are stealing from the shop, they don't have any expressions on their faces, meaning a couple things. Okay. One thing it means is that they're used to doing this because they're not surprised by all the blood which is coming out. They've done this before. This is probably their strategy. So they're used to it. And number two, they don't have any sympathy or pity. They don't feel sorry for the couple who they just hurt in a bad way. They also don't feel afraid of what they're doing, which again tells you that they've probably done it a bunch of times. And also they um they don't feel bad about hurting the couple, like I said before, and they don't feel any sort of, like I said, sympathy or anything like that for them. Yeah, they just sort of, it's normal for them. Okay, they've reached the point that you can say is there's a certain process people go through, okay, when they are starting to do things which are unethical or you could say wrong, evil. In the beginning, when someone does something wrong, okay, and wrong in terms of they themselves know it's wrong, yeah, but they still want to do it, so they do it. Okay, when someone starts to do something wrong, in the beginning, there's an emotional battle that happens inside them, which is why when they do it, they might feel scared, they might feel anxious, they might, you know, feel regret, all that. They'll have a lot of different emotions, a lot of different expressions. Um, when initially doing something wrong, yeah, they'll hesitate, they'll fight themselves and all that. But eventually, through a period of repetition, okay, doing something again and again and again, eventually they're sort of all those emotions and things start to get deadened. Even their own conscience, in a way, begins to get covered over. In my own view, you have three different. I won't go in too deep into this yet, but you've got three different sort of sources of your thinking, yeah, of your places where your ideas, your beliefs, your decision making in a way comes from. Okay, at the bottom you have what you could call like your conscience, your soul, your that thing inside you which feels bad when you do something wrong, or the thing inside you which makes you have love and all those kind of things. Yeah, you want to tell the truth or you want to be kind. You pet a dog. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. All that. That's like your soul. Yeah, if you like your divine nature. If you like, yeah, your at the core of you. That's what you are. Yeah. Okay, then above that you have your emotions, your irrational stuff, yeah, your emotions, your instincts, okay, which are just sort of you don't really have much control over them, but they react to different situations and so on. They want things, yeah. And then on top of that you have your rational mind, which is your which you have complete control over, which your thinking, your decision making, your ability to think out things, weigh up things and all that, yeah. Anyway, what happens, yeah, basically is that as a person starts to expose themselves to, they start to do something wrong, their soul, yeah, the deepest level starts to say, this is wrong, yeah, don't do it. But, and their emotions react to that by sort of making them feel negative feedback, yeah, feel guilty and all that stuff. But eventually the rational mind is so strong, yeah, that repetition, 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 the rational mind will start to like shape the emotions and everything to flip it from going from this thing feels really bad and I should feel guilty about it to this thing feels good and I want to do it more. Yeah, it's like it flips the whole thing. Yeah, you reshape your emotions and stuff. Yeah, basically, uh, your inner self will probably still tell you like this is wrong, but your emotions and instincts and all that kind of cover it up and deaden it to an extent. Does it make sense? That's why someone says like you got a dead heart, yeah, something, or I'm dead inside, yeah, it's like that. Anyway, that was a long way of saying basically these people have gone through that process, and so now they're at the point where crime and stuff doesn't affect them. It's just normal for them. Yeah, they've deadened their own, say, divine nature to an extent. No, it doesn't go all the way yet because have people like this have to drink, they have to take drugs and stuff to make them not hear their inner voice. But anyway, I don't want to go too deep yet. But that's the point. Yeah, faces show no expression. That's the idea. Yeah, basically they've done this so much, they've gone through this so many times that they feel no sympathy, no pity. They feel no they don't feel any kind of guilt for what they're doing. That's the idea. Okay, it is a sharp, clear night. Now, Why say this? Okay, sharp obviously reflects the glass, which they've been hurt by. Also, sharp means cold. It's very cold at night. Now, the fact that it's a clear night means that everyone can see what's happening. Okay, it's not a cloudy night, it's not a foggy night. So can people around, and it's City Hall Street, this is city centre, yeah, so it's a busy place. People around the couple and around the criminals can see what's going on, yeah. They can see that this couple just got hurt bad. They can see the criminals in the shop, robbing the shop, yeah. Okay, so how do they react? How do they react? So the people around them in the background, two drivers keep their eyes on the road. So they just ignore them basically. So they ignore what happened. They ignore the couple being hurt. They don't try and help them. They don't call the police or anything, call an ambulance. They ignore the criminals who are robbing the store and who have hurt the couple. They just keep driving it. That's what he's trying to say. So he's saying basically that in this situation, that people around them were acting selfishly. Basically, yeah, they ignored the couple who are hurt and so on, and they just went along with their day. All right, which is often, unfortunately, it is often what happens, especially in relation to violence. Um, yes. So what you want to do, yeah, if I give you some game quickly and then I'll finish this off. Why do people act this way? It's because they're afraid. Yeah, they don't want to get hurt themselves. They're afraid. So what you need to do is you need to learn, okay, learn a martial art. Yeah, learn to box, learn how to grapple like jujitsu or judo or something. So then, if you're ever in the situation, you can at least help the couple. Yeah, even if you don't want to stop the criminals, you can at least get involved and help the couple. Yeah. Yes. What you want to be, okay, you want to be strong enough to stand up for someone who isn't strong yet. That's what you want to do. Okay. Be strong enough to stand up for someone who isn't strong. That's the goal. If you can do that, then it means you can live a life, you can be kind, you can be nice to people and all that. But people can't step on you. Okay. They can't step on you. And they can't step on other people if you're there. Okay. Tell you a quick story. There's your English, by the way. Yeah, if you if you only want the poem, yeah, there's the poem done. I'll tell you a quick story. So I was I was outside my house one time. It was about 3 a.m. Yeah, I'm just chilling with the bro, sitting in a car. Yeah, and anyway, there's these two guys. Okay, and they're holding a woman. Okay, one on each arm. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. Yeah, Friday night or something. I don't know. Anyway, so and she's drunk. She's like mad drunk. Yeah, and the two guys are holding her, one arm, one guy on each arm. Yeah. Okay, and they're walking with her, and she's like almost stumbling and stuff. All right, so what are you gonna do in this situation? What are you gonna do? Okay, a lot of people in this situation, they're gonna mind their business, yeah, because they don't want to get involved. Why? Because they're scared, yeah, because they have no training, and so they feel like I don't want to get hurt or something. All right, what do I do in this situation? Because I've spent my time, which I'm telling you to do this also. I've dedicated myself, yeah, since I was 19 to uh to learning different martial arts, learning how to fight and so on. Anyway, so for me, it was instinctual. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. I just hopped out the car and I walked up to them and I asked her, "Are you okay?" Okay. I asked her, "Are you okay?" It's two guys there. I just asked her, "Are you alright?" Anyway, one of the guys, the both, the funniest thing is once you learn, okay, and you get the strength, people get surprised. Yeah, they get shocked. Yeah. So the guys got, the guys started to back up. Yeah, and they started to apologize. They're like, yeah, yeah, okay, sorry, sorry. We're her friends and that. And then she was like, yeah, these are my friends. They're just helping me. Da, 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 da. Then I made sure, and I'm like, I'm looking at them, and this brother makes a sideways move. He's gonna get dropped. Yeah, it's just me, Dolo. Yeah, jumped out the car. Yeah, it's no problem. Yeah. Now that's not to brag or anything. I like a hero, but my point is, you want to be that person? Yeah, wouldn't you like to be that person rather than the person that just drives on and then thinks, damn it, maybe that woman got raped or something. I didn't even help her. Yeah, it turned out they were all friends. Yeah, it was all good. The guy came, shook my hand. She's like, "Thank you very much." Wouldn't you like to be that person? Yeah, the hero. Yeah, you can be the person. Yeah, you can be the hero. You just have to basically take a few steps, learn some martial arts, and that's it. Learn courage. Yeah, that's a very important quality. Courage. Okay. Anyway, there's the poem. In terms of quotes, there's so many. Shattered plate glass. One, young man is girl falling into window. Two, blessing with grass. Three, spurts arterial blood. Four, There's so many. You can just take which ones you want. This is an important one. Keep their eyes on the road. Five. Show no expression. Six. All right. Anyway, there's the poem. Okay, there's a poem. I threw in some little life lessons for you guys as well. Yeah, just be brave. You know what I'm saying? Courage is key. Yeah, courage is key. Even, and this doesn't mean now to go and start attacking people and all that. I don't say that yet. But courage is key because without it, people will step on you. Okay, and they'll also step on people. You're at risk of having someone that you love nearby, and then someone stepping on them, and now you feel like you can't do anything because you're too scared yet. You don't want to be in that position. It's not a good position to be in. All right. Especially for all my young male students, yeah. All you young men, yeah. For the girls that are watching, okay, for you, all right, don't get yourself hurt, yeah, trying to fight some big guy, yeah. But for my young male students, all you young men, it's mandatory on you, yeah. Mandatory. Yeah. You want to call yourself one of my students, you need to learn how to fight, yeah. Learn a martial art, yeah. Boxing, or I'll give you the list. Boxing, if you don't like that, you could try Muay Thai. If you don't like that, you're more into grappling, try Judo, that's a legit one. Or try Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that's a legit one. Wrestling, that's a legit one. I don't mean wrestling WWE, I mean wrestling Greco-Roman or Greco-Roman, or what the heck's the other one called? There's another format, not catch, but there's another form. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, like collegiate wrestling, yeah, athletic wrestling. Pick someone up and slam them on the floor like that. Anyway, there's the analysis. Okay, if you have any questions, put them below. I'll see you guys soon. Yeah, take care. Bye.